everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Honeika. If you're coming for the first time, do not leave without subscribing. And if you already a member of my channel, welcome back. Thank you for clicking on that video and thank you for your continued support. Now today is December 8th, Tuesday, December 8th, and yes, I am doing Vlogmas. It's a little bit hard with work and TLC and everything in the mix, but I'm trying to come through with my promise doing Vlogmas 2020. Now today I'm gonna give you a little news, because even though it's Christmas, we still need to know what's happening around us. Right now it's raining outside, it's very windy, so I wanted to go out, get a little walk and do a little outside vlog, but guys, it's raining. So I'm stuck inside for the moment. So I did go to work this morning as usual, and I came back on a break and I'll be going back in a minute. So let's get to the news. Now I'm going to read an article, and the headline reads, "Majority of COVID positive travelers have the virus upon arrival." And this is in Cayman. This means that these people already had COVID before they enter the Cayman Islands. All right, now we're gonna read this article, just letting you know what's going on over here. And I am keeping safe, guys. Keeping safe, sanitize, and all that. Now the article reads, "The majority of inbound travelers who have tested positive for COVID-19 had the virus when they landed at the Owen Roberts International Airport, according to the Public Health Department data. Between October 1, when the phased reopening of Cayman border began, and 2nd of December, 73 travelers, or 2.4% of the total 3,012 incoming passengers, tested positive for the COVID-19 during that period. One locally transmitted case was also reported. Public Health provided the Cayman Compass, which this is the article I'm reading from, Cayman Compass, with statistics for the month of October and November. These show that in October, 21 travelers tested positive for COVID during entrance screening. So when they enter the island, they do a test. And after that 14 days of quarantine, they do another test. All right. While 9 were found to be positive when they were tested following their 14-day mandatory quarantine, in November, 34 people were found to be positive when tested at the airport, and 7 were positive when screened after 2 weeks in isolation. The department also supplied entry and exit test result for September, when a pilot version of the quarantine is resident program was initiated involving passengers on a British Airways flight. These show that 3 passengers tested positive at the airport and 2 were positive at their exit screening. All individuals who have tested positive have remained in mandatory quarantine until they tested negative, public health officials have said. So this actually means that they keep them in a facility where they have no contact to the outside world. So if they have to get food, what I believe they do, I have never seen it, but what I think they do, say for example, I'm here in my apartment and I need to get something from the supermarket, somebody go get it, put it at the door, knock, they leave, then I go at the door, collect it, and then I lock back myself in. So I think that's what they do. I have not been to one of those facilities, so I'm not sure what the procedure is, but I think that's what they do. Continuing. Since October 1st, people in the quarantine and resident program have been required to wear wristband with geofencing technology so that they can be monitored while in isolation. Questions about the effectiveness of the quarantine in residence program have been raised recently following a number of alleged breaches that are being investigated, and one case in which a couple pleaded guilty breaking quarantine. Total cases of COVID-19 in the Cayman Islands right now. All right, so since March to September, 212, and from October to December 2nd, 73. So I'm just looking at a little pyramid right now and continue in the same news. At a Cayman Island Tourism Association forum last month, tourism industry representative called for the government to implement a pre-arrival COVID screening, arguing that by allowing people carrying the virus to land in Cayman, passengers on the plane on which they traveled, as well as to drivers who transport them to their places of quarantine, were being put at risk. The tourism industry also contends that pre-arrival testing could lead to shorter quarantine periods, which is true. I believe that, because if they are tested before they come on a flight to come to Cayman, and from that test, because right now I know in Jamaica, especially if you're coming from the States and you're going to Jamaica, you have to do a test before you go to Jamaica. So if you do that test before you go to Jamaica and you're positive, you cannot board that flight. So I believe this is what they need to do. Anyone wants to enter this island need to do a test before, still do a home quarantine or a mandatory quarantine, and then do a test 40 days later, because we don't know who they come in contact with when they go on the flight. You know what I mean? All right. In an earlier interview with the Compass, Chief Medical Officer Dr. John Lee, speaking about pre-arrival testing, said that that's easy, but people need to understand the problem is the incubation period, which is true. So even if you return a negative result within 48 hours or 24 hours before you bought that plane ticket, you could be harboring something. According to the World Health Organization, it generally takes about 5 to 6 days, sometimes up to 2 weeks, for an infection to show up after coming into contact with a person carrying the coronavirus. So that is what's happening in the news right now. So altogether, the travelers, this is now the statistic for the COVID tests. Starting October 1, December 2, we had 3,012 travelers to arrive in the Cayman Islands, and 73 were tested positive for the COVID. So now, right now, what is happening, if anyone breaches, they are going to be fined. I saw that this morning, because there is something new that pops up this morning about anyone that breaches the quarantine. Let's see what the fine is. Checking on that for you guys. But let me ask, how is your Christmas coming on? Well, it's December, it's not Christmas yet, but it's cool outside. When I went outside this morning, it was pretty dark at like 6:45. It was pretty dark outside, like it was 5 a.m. It was dark. But then the rain, we had rain last night, and then it rained this morning. So we have that for you. All right, so this guy. Now, I would have to read all of this article in order to give you a confirmed information, but this one person was fined $2,600 CI dollars for breaching the COVID violation. So and there are other persons that are still on investigation. So I'll give you some more news on that, but that will not be today, because this is the news that I have for you today. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do an outside vlog for you guys for Vlogmas day 9, but this is Vlogmas day 8, and I'm gonna leave you here for today. I'm trying not to make these videos to be long videos, all right, so you'll be able to watch every minute of it. Okay guys, so you need to watch all the way through. Okay, so thank you so much for visiting my channel. Remember, if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. All my social links will be in the description box along with my TLC link, so you can go ahead and click on any one of those links. Alrighty guys, okay, so you have a wonderful day. You stay blessed, God bless, and stay safe. See you tomorrow. Bye.